Yes, under your Global Voices text, you have another short story which is to be dealt. It's You Are Under Surveillance by Chandrika Balan. So, about Chandrika Balan, it quite interests me because she too is a English professor. She was an English professor in one of the colleges under University of Kerala, and you have many number of short stories from this wonderful gem of person, and it's very interesting, which will tell you about all the intricacies of Kerala society. So exactly the one you have here, You Are Under Surveillance, is exactly of that pick. She will be criticizing about the Kerala community, about a society where the rules are set in different norms for the lower stratas and for the upper stratas. So she puts down a scathing criticism against the structures still that prevails in our society. So we'll just, it's a bit longer short story, but it's easy read actually. You can pretty well understand in one read, I suppose so. So we'll just think about the author. It's an introduction. It comes for the last pages in your text. Chandrika Balan and A.K. Akka Chandramati. It means Akka is also known as. It's a short form of also known as Akka. Chandrika Balan, Akka Chandramati, is a bilingual author. Bilingual author means, of course, she was writing in Malayalam. She keeps writing in Malayalam. She uses a mother tongue to write, as well as writes in English too. So she's a bilingual, foreign language she uses. So she's a bilingual author, and she's a translator, she's a critic, and she's an academician as well. As I told you, she was an academician as well. She's a translator, she's a critic and academician as well. Her writings are noted for the deception of life in Kerala. So it's about deception of life. We are living under false prejudices actually. We are made to believe something or the other. We are made deceptive. We are cheated in some way or the other. It's what she tells in her short stories. Her writings are noted for the deception of life in Kerala and also the strong social criticism that it contains. Now, about a stories, if you take, it will clearly put visibility on the structure society and about the strong social criticisms. Through her words, through her work, she'll be just putting out criticism on the societal norms. And I spell out the word OEUVRE, pronounced as over. Over means a work of art, like a piece of literature, or again a collection of literature it could be. And I've put a phrase here, the complete over of Mozart. It's a complete collection of Mozart. It could be any form of art. It could be painting, it could be any literature, it could be music, all such. Over includes over, entire collection includes over 20 books in Malayalam, which include 12 collection of short stories beside a number of translations which she herself has done. So almost 20 books and 12 short story collections in Malayalam, and again some translations she herself has done. For me, I'll take it bit to me for the thing that for my PGs I was just translating her works, some of her 5 short stories in Malayalam. I've just made a translation to English for my PG project. So once you read that, you will just fall in love with the lines actually, because it depicts about the life of what happens in your home or even your next home, or what happens around, what we come to know daily. And even it might be things that you have seen but you haven't penned down anywhere. It's what we feel once we go through the Chandramati's works. And her over includes over 20 books in Malayalam, which includes 12 collection of short stories besides a number of translations which she herself has done. She received a Kerala Sahitya Academy Award for a Best Fiction in the year 1999. So for the year 1999, she has received the Best Kerala Sahitya Academy for the Best Fiction. Now we go with a short story. As always, I say you will have for your essay a good introduction about the author, and this would do for that. And again, the next paragraph will be telling about the short story. So the name of the short story is You Are Under Surveillance. That is, you are being watched. You have to be very careful about things you are doing. You are under surveillance by someone else. So You Are Under Surveillance, which appeared in the collection Ningal Nirishanathilana 2017, presents a typical family bothered by the menace of garbage dumping. We find it in and around. If you just walk out your home, you can find the garbages which is dumped around your house premises, and you're along your street and along your road you pass in the morning. If you make a drive in the morning, you can just watch it out. You can find the garbage which is thrown out, and like a packets lying on the middle of the roads. You can find it loud, exactly like that. So which presents a typical family bothered by the menace of garbage dumping. Now a family which is under the threat of garbage dumping. I remember a film by Srinivasan, like one of his premises being dumped by all the garbages and the struggles he made to come out of this garbage dumping. And presence of typical family bothered by the menace of garbage, by the threats of dangers of garbage dumping. The protagonist, the hero of the story, is none other than John Kuruvilla. So the main person who leads the story is John Kuruvilla, and he has some 7 to 8 characters coming with the names and without the names. And you have the wife, his daughter, then again a typical maid you have in the families of Kerala, and again you have neighbors who you think they are by your side, when things comes out they are just on the opposite side. It happens like that, and such neighbors you can again find out here, and some good persons obviously. And the protagonist John Kuruvilla devises a solution to save his premises, which becomes a favorite site for audacious dumping of waste by someone with the lack of civic sense. So now again it is audacious, is you are like without fear, you are doing it on purpose, without fearing anyone, without dangers, of without thinking about a threat on it. You will be doing something with that, your act will be without fear. So you're some people are audaciously dumping the garbages on the sides near to his house, and with a lack of civic sense, they don't have any, because your home have to be very clean, not the next person, not your neighbors, not your streets. And again there is an essay I remember by Shashi Tharoor, which is stating the exact the same issue. There's his name, I don't pretty remember now. Well, you can just search it out, where he says about a garbage dumping, where you keep he says about sometime he stayed back in Calcutta, where his home and premises is kept very clean, but not the stairs of his flats, not the outside surroundings. So it's a site for audacious dumping of waste by someone with a lack of civic sense. But Kuruvilla has to pay the price for his clever idea, where he is caught for the local police for deception now. But though when he had done this, finally he was caught by the local police for deception. Deception is falsehood, like he had did something out of the rules. So he was again charged when he was again working for something good for his premises, for his society. He was later charged by the same. But Kuruvilla has to pay the price for his clever idea when he is caught for the local police for deception. Author embeds a contemporary issue to give a scathing criticism of how ordinary people suffer from the laws, while magnates often bypass them. Now again the author embeds is like fixed firmly. So she roots her writings on a contemporary issue, on issue that is daily going on, to give a scathing criticism. It's a bitterly criticism she is paving with the writings to society, and how ordinary people suffer from these laws while magnates often bypass them. So now she is saying all these laws are embedded on just ordinary people, and the magnates, the big fish, they just clearly jumps out of the water. So all this happens is just for, so norms which is set in society is double-sided. It's not exact for the two classes. For the working class, for the common people, they suffer always, and the magnates, they are always privileged. So it's what she tells about in the story. So what you can do is, you are given a set of glossary given here with the difficult words. With this you can, with the introduction I have given here about the story, you can just go with the story in one read or maximum of 2 reads. You can get to the gist of the story, and I will be discussing it back tomorrow. In a one go I can do it. So with that time you have to get it on reading. Just go through it. Some sentences, some phrases you might find it, the rest all it's fine. So happy reading, and I'll be just uploading it, and after this you can have your own preparation for the short story. Okay then, thank you.